So, just like the last stream, it remains the 31st of March. I said I was committing to this game, and I am committing to this game. I thought... I was starting to cough a little bit. I don't know what the heck. I was feeling fine yesterday and last night, but like maybe me destroying my sleep and stuff like that has been destroying me here. I thought that I could finish the game last night, and I finished the main game. That's done. And then the epilogue is taking a little bit longer than expected, which I'm glad for. I'm glad the epilogue is decently meaty here. And I was like, well, if I have time, I'll just finish it off the following night. So here I am the following night, and I'm ready to finish this off. It's 11:56 p.m., so I'm not doing it within March. When did this game come out again? Like March 20th? Something like that? Oh, jeez, I don't even remember. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive. Let's go to like the official Nintendo page. When did this release? Oh, it's one of those like unique pages that has like a whole bunch of other crap before it shows like the game information. If I scroll down to the bottom, general game information, release date March 20th, 2025. So it has been 11 days. I currently, in the past 11 days, have 66.5 hours in this game. The daily uploads for this, since I cut things up into parts and then I queue it up for YouTube for things that go up one a day, it currently goes up until part 94 on June 22nd, so the thing that's being streamed right now is going to go up June 23rd. Maybe this will be early July by the time that this is actually beaten. I have not been that ahead in terms of, like, regular uploads for a game in a long time, honestly. Like, I mean, I was pretty on top of the Persona 3 Reload DLC stuff, because I started committing to that a whole bunch in December, and then that was going on for, like, a couple months there, but, you know, for it to still be March, and uploads of this are still going until June, just because this has been pretty much the only thing that I've been streaming lately, unless I had, like, a strong reason to stream something else. So I streamed Dark Deity 2, like, on the day that it released to showcase the new release during that day. And I played Helldivers with my family once because there was an opportunity where all our schedules worked out and we played some Helldivers together. So one was a new release and one was a multiplayer opportunity with family that, you know, capitalize on those when they're available and stuff. So, apart from that, ever since this game has come out, every single stream that I've done has been this game. Just because, like, again, I'm part of the old guard of Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U, and I just really wanted to find out what the hell happens with the new content and stuff, and wanted to rush it down, so here I am. But yeah, it has been many moons since I've committed to a game start to finish this strongly, especially a game this long. I'm sure I commit to games start to finish that are like short, that only take like a few streams, but something like this takes me like 60 to 70 hours. It has been probably years since I've committed to a game this hard right after launch. Here we are. I'm finishing this tonight. That is the wrong affinity mission. This one? Yeah, Hero's Trial. Restricted characters Al. Well, I'll go ahead and keep on using the new characters and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So all we have left is this one affinity mission for Al, and then the, oh my god, the final story mission, but that'll probably take a little while, so we'll see here. If this is part 95 right now, maybe the serials will end on like a perfect part 100. How satisfying would that be? Also, I'm not wearing my hat today, and you might notice that my hair is really wet because I was like really exhausting myself in Taekwondo today, and I just needed to like wash myself off and help my sore muscles and stuff like that. My legs were spasming a little bit afterwards, and I felt a little bit nauseous because I think I pushed myself way too hard. And I'll probably talk about that a little bit later this stream, but for now, like, may as well do that when I'm in the middle of gameplay and have other stuff like going on gameplay wise, and I just have void noise to fill anyway to talk about that kind of stuff, as opposed to right now where if I talk about it, it postpones the stuff that we're actually here for. So let's get into a hero's trial.
Hey, just stopping by. How's it poppin'?
Is he gonna give me the choice? Claim that you are in fact terrific. Glower him with quiet, smoldering envy. I am in fact terrific.
Glad to hear it. You
That
better be
changes
at the
to one of
top
these
of your
cutscenes.
game, considering what we've got to tackle.
Ocean blur. This thing. What?
Okay,
Sorry?
that's enough small talk. I'll get straight to the point. Will you spar with me?
You're gonna get wrecked, man.
The way Princess talks you up as her favorite subject, I want to get the measure of you. I heard you even managed to put down the veto once. Thing
Well,
is,
multiple times. You were around for the later times.
Listen,
Well, you
the
would have
only thing
seen
that's
it.
gonna decide if you live or die is having friends you can trust to watch your back.
I guess we got the Vita to half health and then
I have
dipped
to know
off.
if I can trust you with watching mine.
Be fair.
That's what I came here to find out ahead of time. So what'll it be? You gonna step up or chicken out?
And I know you said during previous cutscenes that you're kind of looking for the next person that could potentially replace you if you're not around anymore, which maybe implies that if this is one of those games where it like puts you before the final boss after you defeat it, so that you can still like play around with the world and stuff like that, if the world drastically changes after the ending cutscene in some way, like Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, with all the hints about like, hey, I want to get the measure of you and like see your capabilities for myself, and him wanting like your responses in earlier cutscenes, and like, hey, I want to know that there's someone else that can kind of take charge if I'm not around anymore. I guess if they don't make him go away at the end, that'd be kind of an unfired Chekhov's gun, because it sounds like they're setting up for that, unless they just want like the player character to feel more important, but it sounds like they're kind of setting up for that. I have a feeling that something might happen to him in like final cutscenes, and that again, I feel like this is gonna be one of those games that drastically changes the world at the end, so after you beat the final boss, you're back to just before it. I don't know how that's gonna work with the whole chapter thing, so maybe I'm wrong. Considering you can't exactly go around accepting other chapters when you, or affinity missions when you're in a story chapter. Maybe the final boss will be like a thing outside of the official story chapter if it works like that. This is just my estimation.
I've said what I wanted to say. When you're ready, head over to Roof Rock by the East Gate. Ares and me, we can't wait to see what you've got.
Oh, so you're gonna be fighting in the Ares, okay. It's probably stronger than my Skell, but like, I'm probably stronger than both of our Skells and you. Alice asked that you fight him in a mock battle. Head to Roof Rock and Primordia. And hello, ask the staff. Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles next time, because it was past 3 in the morning last night, and there was still a decent bit to go, so I was like, okay, I'm just saving this for the following night. I also can't help but notice that, you know, Xenoblade Chronicles 1 Alvis, or Xenoblade Chronicles 3A / Alpha, and then his name here is Alois, or Al for short, and he has short silver hair, kind of like Elvis had. I think that's kind of interesting, and like when it comes to familiar symbolic names, that Monolith Soft doesn't really do coincidences. Where the hell am I going? Here, let me do this, and then, oh, out here, okay. Yeah, that's Roof Rock. I forgot he mentioned that, and I thought it was just somewhere in New LA. It's still a good thing I did that, because I would have no idea where the hell Roof Rock is in Primordia. No idea. It's so weird not having my hair be all, like, fluffy on camera and stuff. Wait, I can go faster if I hop into the darn thing like this. That's what I can do. We'll be able to see what the hell is going on better if it's day, so... And it looks better on thumbnails, too, because I swear. It's not as big of a problem with, like, this game compared to Xenoblade Chronicles X Original. It was a really bad problem in Xenoblade X Original. If there was cutscenes happening at nighttime and I wanted to screenshot part of a cutscene to use in, like, a YouTube thumbnail, my god, you could not tell what the hell was going on in that thumbnail shot. Like, it still seems to be that to an extent with this game, too, I've found thus far, as I've been cutting stuff up here into parts for YouTube, but, like, it's not as bad. Nighttime seems to be a bit brighter than the original game, but, you know, it's still probably better to be day. Also, I could have changed it so that it wasn't raining, but, like, this will be, like,
Slowpoke, what's
cinematic and stuff. I was changing the time.
As much as I'd like to launch straight in.
I slept from night until morning.
With no stakes, right?
Gambling.
Let's do this. If you can win this match,
you had me
get
at
to
gambling.
Ask one favor of me. It's only fair, since I picked this fight. Call it a bonus. Well, got something in mind?
I'm just now realizing I probably should have built up my TP before I came over here. I want the Ares. It has to take the Ares for a spin. Well, I guess this is more respectful. Take the Ares for a spin.
Whoa, hold the phone now. You're really telling me to hand over Ares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what I say.
Gripping a babe from its mother's arms?
Not hand over necessarily.
Just to be clear.
But I know the feel with like wanting to be protective
body,
with vehicles that are important and stuff. Like, I would be extremely careful about who I let drive my Fargo truck.
Might even give Princess a good run for her money, you know.
I need to be confident that someone knows how to drive a manual and also really, really like them.
Up so much now, it's hard not to get fired up about
and also know that their driving isn't dangerous. I know some people that know how to drive manuals that I don't think I would
you
want to
better
let
believe
drive my
it'll make you
Fargo.
sweat blood for it. I want you to give me all you've got.
I might not have TP, and I should have done that before. Whoops. Yeah, we're just gonna shoot you from the ground here. Get into our skulls. I'm gonna have no TP, aren't I? Level 51 Ares. And my time somebody stream until like 4 a.m., so I ended up asleep in bed before it's over, but I could go back and watch what you missed. Yeah, fair enough there. Just a whole bunch of plowing through, and like I felt like I didn't really have much opportunity for like offering like commentary on my own thoughts like in the middle of gameplay, because it was mostly just like cutscene to cutscene to cutscene. It felt a lot more Xenoblade 1, 2, 3-esque with like, you know, a much greater focus on like the story and the lore and bringing all the picture together, which I mean makes sense for this epilogue that's meant to bring in new content and kind of tie things together. But yeah, a lot of here, sure, do that with a secondary cooldown. I am not getting you, darn it. I'm not gonna be tempted to do that because I'm just gonna lose my TP that I'm building up. At least my allies are in skills and stuff like that. Also, one interesting note from last time. If I hit the home button to pause it, it's gonna disconnect me from online. I might be fine on the ground. I'll just talk about what I want to talk about when I need to, like, talk about Black Knight stuff here and Al, when we're not in the middle of battle here, because I wanted to pull up a picture of the Black Knight. The thing that I wanted to mention is I double-checked the page for the Black Knight on Xenoblade Wiki on gross fandom thing, but, like, that's the best resource I have for it, sadly. Where the hell is he? And it seems like the Black Knight being Elma's partner was probably not the initial plan, since when you look at the Black Knight's page, his concept art with like the whole big armor and stuff like that, and like a blade that he wielded, and his skull was supposed to be the Hresvel. So there's concept art of this skull in the original Xenoblade Chronicles X art stuff. And this was what his skull was supposed to be. They designed this to be like the Black Knight's skull. And he was gonna be this armored dude that looked all cool and stuff, and clearly if that's his skull, then he wouldn't be the same as like Elma's partner piloting the Ares in the beginning. He's a squad task guy? I can destroy this enemy to help complete a squad task? Are you kidding me? That's kind of funny. So, I don't know what their initial plan with the Black Knight was in the original Xenoblade Chronicles X before that got cut. But it clearly wasn't this role. But like in a post-Xenoblade 2 and 3 world, now that those are out, they decide to turn the Black Knight into Elma's old partner piloting the original Ares, which I find interesting. But I still can't help but wonder, like, what the original plan for the Black Knight was. Because I would imagine most likely it was not this. This can't have been the original plan, then it just wouldn't match up, surely. Anyway, oh, just to make sure I have lots of TP for future battles. Here, do that. I want to be all topped up and stuff. There we go. Now I can kill you. There we go. The Xeno Scholar's Heart. Anyway, that was the stuff that I wanted to mention. I was gonna pull up, like, the art and stuff.
Ha! So you can walk the walk. Whew. No wonder the princess took a shine to you. Seeing you go toe-to-toe with Ares like that, no one in the Force could do that. I heard you suffer from memory loss. You sure you weren't one of the elite? Not that it matters. Safe to say, you proved it. You're a fitting addition to the heroic pantheon. To be totally honest, forget watching my back. I'm tempted to hand Ares to you right now. Unlucky, though. You fell just short of the mark, by a whisker. Now, chill out. I'm not breaking my promise, okay? I'm just crossing my T's here. Listen, if you want to pilot Ares, there's something even more important than a real body. Can you guess?
Need the makings of a hero? You need overwhelming power? You need mad scale flying skills. I don't know, the makings of a hero.
Wrong. Nice try, but it's not what really counts.
I figured that wouldn't be it.
It's the heart.
Oh, none of them were the right answer.
Gone through it all. The urge. What it is love. Have you got it in you to love? And I'm not talking marriage vows here. To love all of creation. To embrace the world and all its parts fully. Until you're ready to do that, I can't hand Ares over to you. Hey, don't feel bad. You show promise, and that's worth a lot. Someday it'll fall into place for you too. What I say goes, period. For the record, I'm not just blowing smoke. I've got my serious hat on here. You've managed to win me over. Now prove it to me. Show me it wasn't for nothing. Okay, future hero?
Okay, so that one's just a short one. You won the mock battle and proved to Al that you can indeed hold your own when it really matters. You learned the sniper rifle art, Howling Soul. I mean, is there the second affinity quest that I can do for him and get Hercules Strike? Because, I mean, reading the description of the art, it looks kind of lackluster, honestly. But apparently people are, like, breaking the game in two with it. One big happy family. Like, so maybe I'll do that in a sec here or something? Is what I might just do. But that was so short. Maybe I should go ham out, like, some heart-to-hearts or something here. Is what I should do quickly. Or I can return the thing there. Or, do I have Moranium to give? I still don't have Moranium to give. I'm getting a whole bunch of hearts with my party members and stuff. The cat still doesn't want to, like, be best friends with me. Owl moment, I guess so indeed. I could go get some more quests in my pocket. Is what I could do really quickly. And maybe I'll do that. Anyway, so, earlier today, my little cousin has been wanting to get, like, more actively into Taekwondo, and so have I. So we've been going once a week for a little while, but have been thinking about upping that to twice a week with, like, Mondays and Wednesdays. It's currently Wednesday. So I got a message asking about potentially doing Taekwondo today. I was like, I don't know, it's gonna be kind of tight because I have to take my dad to the airport later, so we did end up going. We, like, exited class a little bit early, were excused early, and I rushed home and took my dad to the airport, and then got back here and I started streaming. Well, after having shower and stuff, because, like, I was so freaking covered in sweat. It was sparring today, and I haven't actually sparred in a long time. No, this lump of scrap is not the manner of blade I seek to make. Where am I going wrong? Is it my skill that is lacking? Quality of my steel? Or is it perhaps the fault of my fool apprentice? Well, what say you, Guy Nagri? What? Me, sir? If it is you, I shall not hesitate to remedy the situation. Stand still, boy. Even this failed blade should be more than enough to cleave a flimsy thing like you in twain. Master, please, you must try to calm down. I've pounded steel for years in search of a blade keen as a razor and adamantine in strength. This marks my 10,000th attempt. You cannot expect me to look upon 10,000 steel corpses, lifeless, and despite me pouring my very soul into every last one of them, and remain calm. You there, human, where are you in my circumstances? Would you also be crazed with rage? Would you not? I'll talk to the interesting Rothian jarg like that. I've seen that look before. No need to say it, human. I understand. Guy Nagri here has approached me with stellar adulation the day I took him in as an apprentice. It seems we are genius. Seems we geniuses draw people to us merely by existing. My every drawn breath is a spectacle. It is a heavy thing to bear. But so be it. I shall allow you to aid me in achieving my grand dream. I've spent these 40 years hammering steel in search of an unbreakable sword. A blade that would not melt if plunged in magma, nor shatter if struck broadside by a shooting star. As yet, it exists only in the visions of my mind. But just think of such a thing existing in waking life. Is it not enough to set your heart to pounding, to make your spirit sing? Now come, take my hand and let us forge this fated blade together. And on the glorious day when the sword is born into this world, you shall be rewarded handsomely for my word is solid as my steel. Alright, unknown rewards there. I don't remember this quest line. I would have probably done it in like the first time I played this on the Wii U, my first ever playthrough before I was a content creator, because I did most of the things. I did most of the quests around the world. I think it was mostly just like a small handful of super bosses I didn't kill, like Pharsis and Telethia. Wonderful. From this moment forth, you are my anvil and my hammer. You shall assist me body, heart, and soul. You will begin by asking the man on blacksmith, Neraf, what the hardest metal on Mira is. She is learned, but meek. My overwhelming presence terrifies her. Attempts to visit her have always ended in her running away. But if an exceptionally average sort such as you were to approach her, she is certain to receive you with open, scrawny arms. I would check my old file on my Wii U to like see what my progress was anyway. But I'm pretty sure when I plugged in the Wii U and like attached it to the capture card and stuff during my last playthrough, when I did a part of just like comparing to like native Wii U graphics to Cemu, I remember I started a new file and showed that. I don't know if that's because I clicked new game or because my save data wasn't. I don't know why my save data wouldn't be there, but I guess I can look back at, I think it's part 21 of my last playthrough and find out if I still have my save data around. Because like I probably have a whole bunch of progress there. Hey, no, please let me go. Oh, wait a moment. Oh, you're not that terrifying Rothian, are you? Do you need something? I'm always happy to help non-terrifying people, usually. He sent us, shameless. I mean, what kind of stalker hires somebody to stalk them? That's shameless, right? Though, I guess you seem to have some common sense and basic social graces, don't you? Oh, what does it matter? I'm very, very tired of running from him, so I guess it's time to give up. Bring me the huge self-destruct mechanism I require for my upcoming experiments, and I'll teach you how to make hypersteel. That's fair, right? Just hurry, okay? I need to finally be free from this personal Rothian nightmare. Do I have them already? Also, I'm getting hearts as I do stuff here. You're not quite maxed yet. You guys are out, and just put in someone that I can get hearts with here. Is there still going to be requirements for Lynn for things? Should I just put you in then? Here, may as well. Better in the long term. Now Tatsu is here. Oh, we did a fusion dance again. Ah! Oh, phew, it's just you. So sorry about that. I guess maybe the trauma that Rothian inflicted runs a bit deeper than I thought. A while back, he came after me waving a sword around. Did I tell you that? Because he did. I was sure he was about to murder me. Sympathize. Your kindness warms me, you know that? So, did you acquire that huge self-destruct mechanism? I guess so. Yeah, I guess I have a few. Yes, this'll do. Wait, will it? No. Yes, it's fine. Anyway, here's the recipe for hypersteel. Combine Climerian Cinnabar with Zagregan Craigstone according to the instructions in that data file, okay? Pretty simple, isn't it? Oh, and this is brand new tech, even Among Us Manon. So I would appreciate if you kept it to yourself. What is this special sword that Rothian is trying to make anyway? Is it really so powerful? Yep, sure is. Wow, really? I didn't realize it was so impressive. As a technologist, I'm very, very interested. Maybe I'll have the chance to test that sword against the armor I make someday. But don't get me wrong, I still have no desire to deal with that man ever again. Ever again. So please just tell him to just forget about me, okay? Well, if I already have the materials, may as well ham out some quests that are freebies to ham out here.
Well,
I'm just clicking my right stick because it gets a little funky sometimes. I like using this controller because it's my Smash Ultimate controller and stuff. Though the controller that I actually play Smash Ultimate with it is a GameCube controller, so I mean... Can agree, your smithing lacks passion. When you hammer a blade, you should be pounding the sum of your life's experience into the steel. Flimsy resolve makes flimsy steel, boy. Put the weight of your past behind each swing. Unleash the full brunt of your pain. Yes, sir. I was wrong, sir. I will try to be better at life in general, sir. Yes, good. Be better at life. What are you doing just standing there? Have you come to learn the art of the swordsmith? Brought information on hypersteel. Come now, human. No need to be shy. The truth will set you free. Though I understand my raw genius inspires jealousy in most, it is only natural you should reject me to preserve your own fragile pride. Well, no matter. Let us hear the secret of smelting hypersteel. Yes, I see. Cimmerian Cinnabar and Zagregan Craigstone. A fascinating alloy. Ha! Yes, I can see it now. Their properties together would yield a blade that could cut through anything without breaking. Good, Harmonia. Next, you will need to procure those materials. In the meantime, I shall be here meditating on the half of a lifetime I have poured into smithing. I must be prepared to put my all into the steel once it is ready. Even for a genius, this is no mean feat. Alright, I guess I already have the things. So you have come. After plumbing the depths of my smithing soul, I have reached the razor's edge of enlightenment. Bring me those materials, my hammer is ready. Here you go, man. The unbreakable blade has ever eluded me, as if it were not shrouded in dense mist. But now, I've glimpsed its true form. This shall be a masterwork, half a lifetime in the making. I will forge the perfect sword in the fire of my passion. Yeah, what about that passion, huh? Everyone liked that. Curious, eh? Well, you have done much to help me. I suppose you have earned that much. Very well, I shall tell you, as a special treat. I'm driven by a motive complex in its simplicity. I think swords are awesome, especially when people fight with two at once. That is the best. So I will need to make a second unbreakable sword in the fullness of time. Then I can start thinking of special moves and what to call them. What? Why that look? Surely you do not mean to make light of the passion that has driven a 40-year career. No? You just want to be paid already? Well, I suppose that was the bargain. Fair enough. The only problem is that I'm utterly broke. I've been more or less a hermit all these years. Swordsmithing is more of a personal quest than a solvent business. But that is not to say I deceived you. As soon as I have made the unbreakable sword, I will be unstoppable. All the beasts of Kaljos will fall before me. I will earn enough to pay you in no time at all. So, Ginagri, prepare the forge at once. There's work to be done. Yes, sir. At long last, we will give physical form to your dream. The unbreakable blade. We embark on the creation of the awesomest sword ever forged. There, Gajarg's maxed out. Also, who I should prioritize having in here is probably you. If I want to do that other affinity quest and get access to... Dang it, I keep on pressing Y too early. And get the thing that supposedly busted Hercules' strike and see it firsthand. Oh, I don't even need a full heart. I just need like a partial heart. Well, maybe that affinity quest I'll do before the end anyway, because there's just one last thingamabob here anyway. One last story quest, so it's not going to take me that long. It's not like I'm going to be going until like 3 in the morning again tonight, I don't think. Plus, I assume that his affinity quests are a bit more story related. Ooh, intel, yoink. I will take that really quickly. Hi. Oh, there's a bigger cutscene with this one, apparently. Ah, you there. Miss Blade, yes? This may seem like a chance meeting, but I assure you it is not, alright? Clearly, you are fated to hear me out, you see? This is a deeply serious matter to us, okay? So before you say anything, I'm going to start talking. The short version is that the world really is a dangerous place, isn't it? Yes, so dangerous. Especially recently, yes. It's gotten to the point where a person can't even step outside to do maintenance work, hasn't it? Or like right now, as we're out here talking, have a look above us, maybe. At first I thought I was gonna go to like one of the dematerialization events, and that this was gonna be like a new quest or something if it was gesturing to that. We could be minding our business, working in an open spot like this, and then blam! Yes, blam? 14 people have already been killed, right? It's far past the point where we can ignore this. I don't remember this quest. It's not like we don't know who's responsible, yes? As I'm sure you've guessed, it has to be the Ganglion. We were supposed to have chased the last of them out of the area, but there are still stragglers, it seems? There's only one reason I can think of for these senseless attacks. Is you just fell from the sky? Like, it's a mix of spite against the Manon they couldn't enslave and the humans they couldn't defeat. And I can't forgive that, can I? It makes me really mad. So mad. So mad. If you feel the same, I'd like you to help me, okay? You should go find those Ganglion survivors and beat them up, yes? Beat them up a lot, even? Is it really the Ganglion? What? How is that not clear? And why would you doubt me? It's because you humans that this area is so peaceful, you know? Who would think to do this kind of cowardly crime but the Ganglion? I hope you'll stop asking silly questions and help me out already, maybe. I mean, what's his face? Alex, I think is his name. He would have motives too. Now that we've established that, I'd like you to start by tracking down their hideout, okay? Sadly, nobody thought to record the direction from which these shots have been fired and so on. Forensics should have been more thorough, no. Oh, was she on like the higher part of the ship and she got sniped? Oh, is that all you need? Wah! Don't just jump into a conversation like that, alright? Also, wait, you're alive? Of course I am. True, I was hurt rather badly, but as you can see, I'm still here now. I'm also mad enough to spit. Who just shoots a person out of the blue? A jerk, right? A jerk who you should beat up a lot. So you remember the direction the attack came from? Well, I was shot in the right side of my back, yes. So then, the shooter would have been north of me. There was a fair bit of percussive force to the shot, but I wasn't burned to a crisp or anything, was I? Which means the beam was extremely focused. A precision sniper round, perhaps? That suggests it was fired from a considerable distance, no? And based on direction and distance, that would place the shooter somewhere in Primordia? Ugh, I think I need to lay down. All this talking has me a little dizzy. You go get rest, okay? We've got a good lead on the enemy now, so don't worry. Oh, and remember to eat lots of pizza for strength, yes? By the time you've had dinner and a nap, this whole mess will be over. After all, I've got an ace blade on the job, don't I? Yeah, I do have an ace blade on the case, right? Please? Because I really need you to head north into Primordia and investigate. Well, I'll do that if I'm in the area. As I do with like all these quests that I accept. Hello, Vegeta is balling. Vegeta is balling. I completely misread that at first, but like, hey, at least I caught it instead of just being like wrong and not realizing. How's it going? Welcome on in here. Yep, this game can be kind of crazy sometimes. I feel like that sums it up. Actually, I think that's an understatement. Xenoblade Chronicles X is certainly a game of all time, isn't it? Yes, my favorite trope. I thought you were dead. I got betcha. How's it going, Redora Master? I've got an emergency. I need your honest opinion, alright? Here's the situation. Leash had some earth-grown tea leaves squirreled away, which I kinda mistook for coffee. That's my mistake, and I copped to it. But when I told her I put them through the percolator, she nearly tore my head off. That concludes the summary. Now be honest. Am I the asshole? No one's an asshole here. Like, it was an honest mistake, so I mean, Alicia's the asshole, right? She was out of line. For starters, if you put tea leaves next to the coffee machine, it's just asking for trouble. Anyone could have mixed them up. I mean, I'm pretty sure you use beans for coffee, not leaves. I mean, I don't drink coffee, but it's not as if the tea ended up tasting any different anyway. I don't see what the big deal was. I tried to explain all of that to her, but it only made her even more angry. I guess it was already too late to calm her down. Still, I have to find some way to mollify her, and fast. Sorry about the barrage of questions, but do you know of any foolproof means of achieving some form of absolution? Of absolution. Interesting wording here. She prostrate herself before Alicia and beg for forgiveness for at least 5 days? Recommend that she say nothing and simply give Alicia a good squeeze. Like, out of just like side vision when I'm looking at suggest a present and seeing this option down here, my brain would autofill this as like suggest prostitution. Give her something she likes. Something she likes, huh? Well, that would be more black tea. She drinks it every day at the same time. That's how much of a tea maniac she is. If I give her the wrong thing, or God forbid tea bags, it'll be over. She'll hate me forever. What? You have a Xeno acquaintance who trades in rare goods? I see. They might be able to procure some of the tea leaves that would meet Alicia's frankly excessive stringent standards. What if I didn't do the L quest before this? Please introduce me. I'll pay whatever it takes. To them and to you. Play Liesel's heart-to-heart Liesel's words. There, I got my first heart with Al. Cool. I can go see the first conversation with Al here. So I for sure have enough for that affinity quest. But that's interesting that you don't need a full heart. I guess so that more players playing casually can probably just like hop right into his quest without needing to do like any extra work or something. Like, wow, I'm already maxed with Nagi. Alexa's probably one of the lower ones at this point. I wonder if they increase how fast you get support in this game compared to the original, because I swear it feels like it's going up faster. Hey there, how's it poppin'? Huh, me? Well, I'm currently on the lam from the hardships of celebrity. It's like everywhere I go in NLA, there's folks wanting handshakes or autographs. Like, what am I, a Hollywood star? Ugh, remind me to dropkick whoever decided to put me up on this damn pedestal. You know what I'm talking about, right? To raise morale, sure. Oh, give me a break. Random said the same thing. I was drifting for months through the vastness of space. Where's my reward for that? Can I not get a little sympathy? On that note, hang out with me, will ya? There's only so much alone time a guy can endure. High stakes game of poker, you had me at gambling. Invite me to go hang out at a diner. Say that you could do some blade work. Let's gamble. Oh, now there's an answer after my own heart. You sure know how to party. I'll warn you though, me and Lady Luck are old friends, okay? Don't come crying. I've been known to send Doug home in his tidy whities. I'm not saying once or twice. Now, of course, if Princess finds out, she'll rake me over the coals or worse. That just adds to the thrill, no? Win or lose, sink or swim, double or bust. I'm sure as hell having fun tonight. Split also heart to heart, a hero's melancholy. Wow. Well, you know, I think I might honestly try to do this other affinity mission. Is what I might just do. Because I have the time tonight. Surely the last thingamabob is not going to take me until 3 in the morning. Like, it's 11:30 right now. If this takes, like, the half an hour, give or take, it's not going to take, like, 3 hours on the final story mission. There's no way. No restricted characters. Well, maybe I should keep on taking people I can get affinity with. Or keep on showcasing new characters for new content. Just, like, have this squad through this affinity mission plus the final story missions. And then we're good and stuff. Or I guess this squad. And you can build up affinity and stuff. Sure, that sounds like a good idea. I still haven't gotten a Moranium tick. Oh my god, the Super Fusion dance. Yeah, one big happy family. I would like to see it. Recommend a level 55. I'll be fine.